The life and sad ending of Jerry Van Dyke. Jerry McCord Van Dyke was born in Danville, Illinois, on July 27, 1931, to Hazel Victoria, a stenographer, and Lauren Wayne Cookie Van Dyke, a salesman. He was of Dutch, English, Irish, and Scottish descent. His mother was a Mayflower descendant. Van Dyke pursued his stand-up comedy career while still in Danville High School and was already a veteran of strip joints and nightclubs when he joined the United States Air Force Tops in Blue in 1954 and 1955. During the mid-50s, Van Dyke worked at WTHI-TV in Terre Haute, Indiana. The Jerry Van Dyke Show, which included future CBS News early show news anchor Joseph Benty, Nancy South, and Ben Falber, was popular fare. In the service, he performed at military bases around the world, twice winning the All-Air Force Talent Show. Following his first guest appearances on The Dick Van Dyke Show and two others on CBS's The Ed Sullivan Show, CBS made him a regular on The Judy Garland Show. He was also given hosting chores on the 1963 game show Picture This. In the same year, movie audiences saw him in supporting roles in McClintock, Palm Springs Weekend, and The Courtship of Eddie's Father. In 1963, Van Dyke was cast on an episode of G.E. True, hosted by Jack Webb. When the Judy Garland Show was unsuccessfully revamped, Van Dyke left the program. He turned down the offer to play Gilligan on Gilligan's Island, a role which instead went to Bob Denver. It is uncertain whether he was considered to replace Don Knotts as Sheriff Andy Taylor's deputy on the Andy Griffith Show, although he did appear to guest star in one episode. He also appeared in a 1964 episode of The Cara Williams Show. Van Dyke finally accepted the lead role of attorney David Crabtree in My Mother the Car, released in 1965. The misadventures of a man whose deceased mother, Gladys, voiced by Ann Sothern, is reincarnated as a restored antique car. Though the series was a commercial failure, Van Dyke continued to work steadily in supporting television and film roles throughout the rest of the decade. He starred in another short-lived situation comedy, Accidental Family, starting in 1967, as widowed comedian Jerry Webster, who buys a farm to raise his son while he is not away on professional tours. He was also featured in Love and Kisses, 1965, and as Andy Griffith's co-star in Angel in My Pocket, 1969. During the 1970s, Van Dyke returned to stand-up comedy. He spent much of the decade touring Playboy clubs around the country and headlining venues in Las Vegas and Reno, Nevada, Summerfest in Milwaukee, and in Atlantic City, New Jersey. He returned to television for guest appearances in Love, American Style, and Fantasy Island. In 1973, he portrayed Wes Callison, news writer, on the Season 4 episode Son of But Seriously Folks on The Mary Tyler Moore Show. He also had roles in The Amazing Cosmic Awareness of Duffy Moon, 1976, and 13 Queens Boulevard, 1979. Also in 1989, he appeared as a panelist in the pilot for the revival of Match Game, hosted by Bert Convy. In 1988, he made a guest appearance on Scott Baio's sitcom Charles in Charge as Jamie Powell's health teacher, Mr. Merkin. In 1989, Van Dyke began portraying beloved yet befuddled assistant coach Luther Van Dam on the long-running series Coach. For this role, he received 4 consecutive Emmy Award nominations, 1990 through 1993, for Outstanding Supporting Actor in a Comedy Series. In 1995, he appeared in a series of Hardee's commercials to promote the Big Hardy. Then, in the late 1990s, acted as the spokesperson for Big Lots. He had a recurring role on Yes Dear as Big Jimmy, the father of Jimmy Hughes. He He made a guest appearance on a September 2008 episode of My Name is Earl, and in 2010 he made an appearance on the second season episode A Simple Christmas of the television series The Middle, playing Frankie's father, Tag Spence. He returned in Thanksgiving 3 on November 2011 and Thanksgiving 4, November 2012, from Orson with Love in May 2013, Thanksgiving 5, November 2013, and Flirting with Disaster, March 2015. Van Dyke played the object of Mama's affections on the 18th episode of the first season of Raising Hope. In December 2013 episode of The Millers, he played Bud Miller, father to Margot Martindale's character, Carol. In his final television role in April 2015, he reprised his role as Frankie's father on The Middle, along with real-life brother Dick Van Dyke playing his character's brother. In his personal life, Van Dyke was married twice. In 1957, he married his first wife, Carol Johnson. They divorced in 1974. They had 3 children, Jerry Lynn, Kelly Jean, and Ronald. In 1977, he married his second wife, Shirley Ann Jones, who lived together until his death. Jerry and Shirley resided together on their 800-acre ranch near Hot Springs, Arkansas. Van Dyke was an avid poker player and announced a number of poker tournaments for ESPN in the late 90s and early 2000s. He also was a 4-string banjo player with several performances on The Dick Van Dyke Show to his credit. Sadly, on January 5, 2018, Van Dyke died at his Hot Spring County, Arkansas ranch from heart failure at the age of 86. He was in declining health subsequent to a car accident 2 years earlier. He was cremated and ashes given to his family.